Vietnam and Me, or How I Ended the Vietnam War. I was in the U.S. Army 62 to 68 during the height of the buildup of troops in Vietnam. While in the Army, about 4 different occasions they had come down to send me to Vietnam. One when I was out in San Francisco, but another guy from my company volunteered in my place. When I was in Alaska, I said, no, I think I'd rather go to Boston and go to school. And then when I was in Vent Hill Farms, which is outside of Washington, D.C., the personnel officer called me up and says, I have received orders today to send you to Vietnam. Your orders are in the process of being typed up now. And I looked at him and I said, that's not really acceptable. I'm going to have to have those changed. And he looked at me and he says, you can't have them changed. And I said, well, I'll give it a go. Well, I talked to my OIC and he said, no, I don't want you to go. Now the man was from New York. He was Jewish, and he was gay. You add a stereotypical accent to each of these categories, and you have his voice. His voice could drive an ordinary mortal up the wall and hang himself. I really liked that man. Well, he came back and he said he sat on this personnel officer's desk down in D.C. for a half hour, and the guy finally said, keep him. I'll send someone else. It's not worth talking to you anymore. And so I stayed. But about a few months later, probably about 8 months later, the personnel officer called me in again. He says, I have orders to Vietnam, but I ain't even going to type them up. Make a deal with you. You don't fight the orders, but where do you want to go? And I said, Bath, England. Unfortunately, Bath at that time was being closed due to a renegade U.S. Army colonel had basically destroyed the operations of the post, and that Fort George G. Meade had to send a civilian corps over there to take over the job. Well, that left Sinop, Turkey, and I took Sinop, Turkey, which I greatly appreciated. It was fun to be there. Now, I'm going to add 2 little asides. One, obviously I'm going to defend gays because I am gay. 2, Jewish, because I was sort of raised on the philosophy of my grandmother, who said, she was an Irish Catholic woman obviously, that Jews will always go to heaven because they're God's children. Catholics will go to heaven because they follow the wishes of His Son. And the others, let's say, censored. Now, no one can defend New Yorkers, so they're on their own. But I do thank you for watching this very brief video, but it was fun. And obviously, my not going ended the war years earlier. They really needed me there. Sure they did. Okay, thank you. Bye.